Hi, welcome back to Susan's Kitchen Corner, and on this episode we're going to be making turnovers. And what we're going to need is, oil for frying. This is peanut oil. This is great. It takes higher temperature, but if you don't have peanut oil, canola oil is just fine. And remember, after you deep fry your food, don't throw the oil away. Let it cool down all the way and pour it back into container with a funnel, because the oil can be used several times. I'd say probably pushing it at 4 to 5, but that's about it. You're going to need 1.5 cups of butter, which is either 5 tablespoons or 2 ounces. A whole stick of butter usually is 4 ounces. Cut that in half, it's 2 ounces. And 4 cups of flour. Now, a lot of bread recipes that call for bread flour, you don't have to use bread flour. You can use regular flour. Bread flour tastes a little bit better, but this can do. It's not. There's no strict law out there that says you cannot make anything out of regular flour. A cookie cutter, which is, I think I forgot to tell you on the first thing, this is 3 inches. They do come in 2 inches, but this is a 3 inch, and these come in handy. 4 eggs. Now it seems like a lot, but don't worry, because when you use stuff like that, it's going to disperse through the recipe, the dough. Okay, and you're going to need ham, about, let's see, maybe 1.5 cups diced. I haven't diced mine yet. Oops. Okay, you remember this, Bea? Well, no, we're not going to put, that's my cat in the background trying to get my attention. We're not going to put yogurt in this meal, but what we're going to do, we're going to put pineapple in there, the leftovers. So we're going to need some pineapple rings. And what we're going to do is we're going to layer on top of the turnover, we're going to put cheese, ham, and a pineapple ring in the dough before we deep fry it. So that's right here. You're going to need mozzarella. And I really don't know how many, let's see. I'm not sure how many this makes, so I'd say buy about 2 cups of mozzarella. But if you have more, that might help. Doesn't give a the recipe doesn't give a, well, it gives actually too much cheese. I think it asks for like, well, let's look. 6 cups of cheese. I don't think so. And so I'm just kind of Americanizing this recipe. It asks for, I think I might have already told you, I'm short-term memory, I can't remember, cheese and honey, which I don't know, that's Sardinian taste. You want to try it? You can. If I already repeated myself, sorry. Okay, and you're going to need a tray, a butter, and take the butter and smear it all over the tray. And then after you're done doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to sprinkle flour over this, dust it off, like in the sink, just excess right over the sink. And what that does, it keeps the little rounds we're going to make from sticking to the pan. Well, let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to take this butter, get a knife, and we're going to cut little, just shave it, slice it into little pats, stick it in the flour. And it doesn't have to be a pat. Just do whatever you want, but as long as they're thin. And what we're going to do is we're going to massage the flour with our fingers. We're going to massage the the big pats of butter into the flour. Oh, honey. Chris? Can you... the princess needs your attention. Please? Okay. I'm talking to the other person. Okay, where was I? The cat's making me lose my train of thought here. This is the kitty gone wrong episode. Anyway, brain fart. Okay, well, I'll get back up on track right now. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to really work that through the dough, and kind of like breadcrumbs. Now, the other time when we did this in the other bread episode, it doesn't have to be perfect. You feel something, you squish it. So it's going to disperse through there. Just do it the best you can. If you want to stand here an hour and do it, that's okay. Okay, now after that's all squishified, I have to pat my hands over the sink instead of washing them off, because it's just, sometimes when you work with different doughs, you have to keep your hands dry, and I don't like getting my hands wet because it makes your hands, everything stick to your hands. Okay, let's get those eggs out. 1 egg. Just crack them right all in. 2 eggs. 3 eggs. And 4 eggs. And these are some really big eggs. Okay, and I got distracted. We need about a half a cup of room temperature water. So just don't get it hot when you turn the water on. Then I get my hands wet now. Not hot, just really, really. Okay. But you know, from other videos, is when you're mixing everything together, you just kind of feel it. Now this is gonna break the yolks. Now notice I'm using the back of the spoon. It's easier to clean sometimes. Add the water. Half of it. It's all clumping together. Now it looks like it's going to need a little bit more. Yeah, looking nice. Okay, clean. See how easy that is? Just push down. Your hands are going to get sticky anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. And I forgot my dredging flour. Usually I have it, but this episode I don't, so I'm going to go scoop some real quick. I just made a blunder, but at least it was off camera. It's my secret. Okay, now we got a nice big dough mass. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to, remember how you did the tortillas? Grab some of it and pull it in on itself. So let me take it out so you can see that, if you haven't seen that. So, so grab some, like this. Pull it over. Get your hands in the flour a little bit. Over. Over. A little more flour. If it's sticky, add a little bit more flour. It's really sticky, so we're going to add a lot of flour. Okay, and then just work it. Now, in this one, it tells you to knead it for about 10 minutes. And I kind of, how do you say, sometimes that's okay if you get it. If you want to do it for 10 minutes, great. I tend to kind of speed things up. Now see how nice this is? See this? This is nice, real nice. So it's a little sticky. If it's a little sticky, add more flour. Now you don't want this real dry. You want this real elastic, like it is. But it's still sticky. Let me get more flour. But it's coming together. Dough is a good way to get some frustration out. Just go. You had a hard day at work? Take that. Take that. But this is not bread dough. It's a little bit different. A little bit more flour. Now you don't want to get this too dry. This is not like dough that's elastic will have no fissures in it. See how the fissures, when you see little fissures in it and they're two dry parts and they pull apart, that's what you don't want. So we're going to leave the dough like this right now. It's nice and pliable. It's a little sticky, but that's okay. So, and guess what? This doesn't need to be rested, and it doesn't have yeast in it, so this doesn't rise. And again, just for, let me get a little bit more flour. Oh, that's that. Okay. Okay, so make a disc like this. See, like that. Take your knife, and this is rather messy. Bread and anything with dough and flour, it makes a mess. So cut it into fours. And I'll make the plate. Stick 3 of them on the plate. And I'm going to come back in a few. And we're going to continue this. Okay. See you in a bit.